Hey everybody, Nick here, and today we got a disassembly and maintenance video for you on this little guy. This is the SharpByDesign Brian Nadeau, the Typhoon Evolution. Interesting little Evo. I don't know if it's actually short for evolution, I assume so, but it could be short for Devo for all I know. Anyways, it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and take this guy apart. Now, I hope we're going to go ahead and take this guy apart. The reason I'm skeptical is because, although Brian has designed this guy and really specified every step, this was made by Rayot. And Rayot is, in many ways, a great knife-making company, but they have the annoying habit of using permanent thread locker and soft screws. So my fear here is that this is going to be thread locked shut and we're not going to be able to do anything, in which case you're not going to see this video. I'm just going to complain vociferously when it comes time to actually film the review. But anytime you're working with thread locker, the very first thing you want to remember is, or potential thread locker, is to tread lightly. Basically, you want to try and start unscrewing things very softly rather than, blazing into it with full torque, especially when soft screws are on the horizon here. And there's a fire truck or something. Okay, cool. Whatever. Hopefully everybody's okay. So, gone ahead and I've inserted my driver T8 here. Whoa, hold on, it broke free. That's weird. Okay, there is no thread locker on this screw. Holy crap, yes. Victory. Okay, now the pivot. That came through instantly. Okay. Hey, hallelujah. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful freaking day in the history of, well, this knife, I suppose. Because there was zero thread locker here. There was absolutely no trouble. So, that's kind of cool, right? Let's go ahead and take, oh, God, look at this lubrication here. This is a little nuts. All right. So, let's take a look at what we got going on here. To start with, actually, one interesting thing to highlight here is the Detent System. This is the Brian Nadeau SharpByDesign Detent System, where you can see it has a little milled nubbin here rather than a ball, and that nubbin is a part of the lock bar insert. Pardon me. So you can see here that instead of a conventional detent ball hole, you just have this little pocket basically that this slides into, and that means it is very, very easy to disengage the lock bar. You don't need a detent ball ram because there's not a detent ball. It's just the nubbin there. And so that's actually quite nice. I'm actually quite a big fan of that system where it's being used. Whoa there, as I splash booze everywhere. All right, that's cool. Whatever. The pivot is in here, and the pivot is actually, it's not free spinning either. Holy crap, look at that. There's a square milled in there, and there's a square milled into... Wow. I don't know whether Rayot has changed, because this is, as far as I'm aware, one of their newest knives to hit the market. Maybe Rayot has finally heard their customers' cries, or maybe Brian Nadeau has done us all a solid and said, you know, Rayot, guys, come on, don't screw with my people here, and has gone that way. I'm not really sure which is which, but the simple fact is that this is completely devoid of many of the gripes that I generally have. The other thing is the grind is like super thin. It comes down to a super thin edge, which again is not super common at a Rayot. So this is really great to see, actually. I'm super happy about that. Not only because so far my first impressions are that this is a great freaking knife, which I always want to see. I always want to see knives excelling. But also that they have avoided all of those, so that Brian has avoided, by working with them, all of those issues that are so commonly a big pain in the neck for Rayot knives. Oh, that's hope-inspiring. That's joyful. Hopefully they will see the light, or hopefully they just have seen the light. That would be nice. So anyways, there we go. A couple of other things to note here. There are steel washers here on the inside. Those washers are just serving there to support the ball bearings. Make sure everything, you know, goes smoothly, I suppose. I'll pop that one. Actually, didn't pop that one out, but I'll just go ahead and clean the inside of it there. No problem. We are good to go here. Now, next thing I need to do is... Oh, there. I should clean that off. I didn't realize that was so freaking grody. No internal milling or anything like that. Not a big deal. This guy felt pretty well balanced without it, so I presume that was probably a design decision. And, you know, if it keeps costs down, I guess. Why not, right? Clean off the bearings here. I'm actually gonna go ahead and put this one in here. beautiful. This is palliative to the freaking heart. So far, in my very first impressions of this knife, they're very positive. I mean, I really liked the micro Typhoon, a mini Typhoon, or whatever the heck it was. The Typhoon that was normal size, we'll just put it that way. I really liked that piece. And then, to see that this one is also really well done, and especially that it's missing some of the things that would not be about the design, but would still be major issues for the knife. Oh, this is bringing some joy. So yeah, that's good. That's real good. All right, let's clean this off, and then we are actually good to go back together here. I'll go ahead and I'll drop this in here. And see there's a little area here where you can see the little tiny groove worn in there. So I'll put it back up in the proper orientation. Wow, I don't know what the heck's going on, but there's a whole series of sirens going on out there. Yowza. All right. Like I said, I hope everyone's okay. Okay, where's this? What's this pin here? Oh, this pin goes here, probably. Maybe? Does that pin go there? Where do you go, pin? Oh, it's the lanyard pin. For the lanyard hole. It's unobtrusive. Hey, hallelujah. Alrighty, so that's there. Come here. What are we using here? Let's try knife pivot lube. If you're ever curious about any of the tools I'm using for my disassembly here, go ahead and check out my knife disassembly toolkit video. It's at nickshabazz.com/tools. We'll get you there. Okay, is this the side that has the... as he drops that out again? No, this is not the free spinning side. This is the free spinning side. Well, it's not free spinning. This is the pivot side, basically. The side where the pivot needs to go in. So I will make sure that I've rotated this into the position where it cannot spin freely. Which, again, thank God there's a position it cannot spin freely. That's just that's magic. It's not magic. It's the same damn thing that every other knife maker does. But seeing it here is just magic to my heart, right? Okay. Put that there. Get this kind of rotated. All I'm doing here is distributing the oil. Go ahead and do this and this. Oh, that's the wrong damn side. This and this. Probably over lubricating. It's my life, I suppose. One of the Instagram comments on this knife was, Nick, I know you've had this knife for 5 minutes now, so presumably you've already taken it apart. Is it thread locked shut? Which, A, shows that people are aware of this as an issue, and B, shows that people have figured out my situation, if you will. They know the score. Alrighty. Beautiful. Drop that into place. There. Now all I need to do is lubricate the nubbin there and the nubbin region. That should give you plenty of lube all throughout this damn thing. I'll drop this into position here just so we don't have any troubles. Only 2 screws on this, and both of them are T8. That's nice. Oh, I popped something loose here. There we go. That's the issue. In order to get the pivot to seat properly, you need to have the lock bar tension off. So what I'm actually going to go ahead and do here is I'll start off by getting the back screw in here. Maybe that'll be helpful. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I'll seat the back screw here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to use a little bit of thread locker. I'm going to use a very lightweight thread locker. Well, lightweight, I mean, but it's a medium strength rather than what Rayot conventionally uses, which is, I don't even know what it is, but it's not great. We'll just put it that way. All right. And my goal of, I'm not like full on putting Gronk on that yet. I just want to get everything kind of in position there. Now, next step is going to be to insert the pivot here. And again, I'll use a little bit of thread locker here, just because I like to be able to set my pivot tension exactly and have it remain there. But again, there's the line between using a little bit of thread locker here and, you know, drenching the whole thing in 15 gallons of epoxy. Okay. So, this backside is too loose. Now that backside is tight. Okay, there is no blade play at the moment. What I'm going to try and do is back this off a little bit and see if I can still get the action smoother. No play. Oh, yeah! Centering is now actually still, it's a little bit off there. So I'm going to see if I can loosen it further. Because anytime you're working on a blade, by the way, the centering usually goes such that if the pivot is too loose, the lock bar will push the blade this direction. If the pivot is too tight, the pivot, it will go in this direction instead. So right now we're actually a little bit this way, which makes me think I might be able to loosen the pivot a little bit. See, actually here, I'll demonstrate. I'm going to loosen the pivot here further. Oh, sure, prove me wrong. Okay, now, well, I'm full of crap. Don't mind me. That time it didn't work. But, you know, usually that's the pattern. That's too tight, because I tightened it back down again. Let's loosen this up a little bit. No blade play. Oh, yeah, beautiful drop shot action. A little bit off center. And now it's in the direction of, it's going that way, which means I've loosened the pivot a little too much. Tighten you up just a tad. Oh, yeah. We are now dead. Absolute freaking center. That's nice. That's just nice. Action is amazing. Way smoother than it started off. Running great. That's just nice. Easy peasy lemon freaking squeezy. That was easy. Thank you, Rayart, for using proper thread locker. Thank you, Brian, for designing the knife to be disassemblable with 2 screws. And we will take a look. I'm going to give this guy some carry this week, and I'll be back with you before too long here for a full review. Hope this has been interesting to you, and have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.